Hello everyone, welcome to PUC Online Classroom. Today I am going to move on to the next activity, but before I start the new activity, I'd like to wrap up a little bit about the grammar point that you learned last session, which is about adverbs of frequency. Okay, so as I explained, so we have the percentage right here and also the adverbs of frequency, all right? And we know exactly where to place all of them, okay? Most of the time they are placed in, or they are positioned in between the subject and a main verb, okay? Except sometimes and usually right here you can begin at the beginning of the sentence, as you can see the example right here, okay? But if the verb right here, the main verb of a sentence is not, let's say it is not about verb to be, so you put in between. But if this one is verb to be, then you have to move adverb after the verb to be, okay? Just like the example I gave you last time, I am usually late, right? So you cannot say I usually am late. So because of to be, you have to use after to be. But if the verb is not to be, then you can use before that, okay? Just like in this case, I often watch, okay? And beside adverbs of frequency right here, you also can use time expressions to talk about the frequency as well. As you can see, we have every day, we have once a week, one time a week, twice a month, two times a month, three times a year, twice a year, let's say, often and much, okay? So hopefully you get this, and if you have any question with this, you can ask me one more time. Don't worry about this. So let's go to number 6, which is about the new activity that I am going to talk about in this session. Fitness programs. Do you know fitness programs? It refers to any program that helps you to keep fit. What do I mean by saying keep fit? Okay, so to stay in shape, you have good body, you have big muscle, so that's about fit. And when you say fitness programs, any programs, okay, any activities that you do regularly in order to keep fit, okay? As you can see, the first activity right here, group work, but we don't have to. Take a poll. A poll here means a survey. In your group, take turns asking each person these questions, so you don't have to. Each person gets 2 points for each yes and answer, and 1 point for each no answer. Okay, so you can just answer to this question by yourself. You don't need to ask your friends, as you can see right here. Let's try all together. Number 1 is about heart, something with our heart beating. So do you have a regular fitness program? Just like I explained you earlier, fitness program is like a program that you attend regularly, okay? Mostly in our country, you have to pay to be a member, and then when you become a member, you have to go to do the activity, okay? Almost every day, I think. It depends. It depends on what kind of fitness program or activity that you prefer to do. Usually, you have to pay 30 or 40 in our country, and then you have to go every day in order to keep fit, okay? Just like me myself, I used to pay as a membership at the gym, and I pay $30, let's say, a month, so I have to go every day. That is my regular fitness program, okay? And the answer is yes or no. It depends on you, okay? How often do you exercise? So let's ask yourself, how many times do you do exercise? Okay, just like that, 2 or 3 times a week, or what? Okay, so you can ask yourself and think about your own activity if you want to keep fit. Look at number 2. Do you ever go to a gym? Ladies, probably not, I guess, but guys, probably yes. Okay, how often do you go? What do you do there? So how often, how many times do you go there? How do you do there? Just like you do weight training, or what? You push up, or you run on a treadmill. So what is the activity that you do exactly when you go there? Okay. Number 3, do you play any sports? Yes or no? I think guys, you say yes, and um, your friends, female friends, probably no. And next question is which ones? Which sports? Let's say. How often do you play them? So football, okay, volleyball, or what? Or basketball. So which sports do you play exactly? Okay, so just like that. And number 4, do you ever take long walks? Long walks. How far? So it depends. So sometimes it's 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, but people these days prefer to ride a bike instead of having long walks, right? Because they feel like riding a bike is way easier than walking. But forget about riding a bike. So focus on this question. Do you ever take long walks? It depends, right? Not always. And you can say yes or no, it depends. How often? Where do you go? So you need to find out exactly the number of times that you walk and where do you go? Where do you walk to, let's say. Question number 5. Do you do anything else to keep fit? As you can see, to keep fit means to stay in shape. Stay in shape just like you have big muscle because you look nice because of doing exercises and playing sports. What do you do? So besides going to the gym, playing a sport, long walks right here, maybe you can try swimming, or you can say riding a bike, okay, a mountain climbing, okay, things like this. All right, so I think that's it for this activity. So let's go to number 7. Number 7 right here is about listening. So you can go to the listening audio that I attached and listen and try to find out about the activity of these 3, Joseph, Victoria, and Carlos. And you need to find out how many times they do a certain activity right here. So I swim 2 times a week. Listen again in part B, who is most similar to you, Joseph, Victoria, or Carlos. So maybe you can compare them to yourself. All right, what kind of activity that you love to do if you compare to these 3, okay, Joseph, Victoria, and Carlos, all right? And you need to find out how many times uh, a day or a month or let's say a year, okay, they do this kind of activity, okay? So let's find out. And you can try to compare yourself, especially your own activities, okay? All right, so I think that's it for number 7. Let's have a little talk about number 8, okay, and number 10. So number 8 right here is about discussion, Olympic sports and athletes. You probably know the word Olympic, right? And sports, athlete is a person who plays any kind of sports, okay? So let's talk about this question a little bit, okay? Even though we have no ideas about all of this, but let's try all together. Can you remember the names of 5 Olympic sports? I don't. Sorry. What are they? So if we cannot answer to the first question, then we cannot answer to the second. Do you ever watch Olympic sports on TV? Which ones? So for me, yes, Olympic sports, and I watch all kind of sports. And would you like to see Olympic sport live? Yes, of course. Anytime we have live event like Olympic sports event, so I usually spend time watching those kind of sports. Okay, why or why not? Because I like sports. Do you prefer the summer or winter Olympics? Yeah, I think I like both of them to me because different season, different pictures, different feelings. So I like both of them. It doesn't matter about the season right here. What is your favorite Olympic sport? Why? So my favorite one I think is about swimming. All right, because I like swimming. And yes, and one more thing is about running. I guess running is still dangerous, but it's also what I like. What's an Olympic sport that you really don't like? You know, just because I like sports, all sports, so I cannot answer to this question, okay? But you might. Who is a famous male athlete in your country? What sport does he play? And you probably think about Watanaka, right? And he is the, but he's pretty good at playing soccer, right? Yeah, and you probably love him as well. Or maybe you can say Son Silmei. She is also great as well, right? She is an athlete, female athlete. Okay, who is a female athlete? That's what I mentioned earlier. What sport does she play? Yeah, so it's pretty hard, you know, for female to play certain kind of sports in our country, right? Okay, so I think that's it for number 8. Let's go to number 10 a little bit before I finish this. Okay, you in great shape. Great shape means you have good body by doing a lot of exercises, by going to gym, things like this. Okay, so what you're going to do right here is to listen to Step and Nick. They are finding about something, I guess, especially you can see the picture right here. They're playing tennis, and you probably can find out exactly who wins the game. I don't know. Okay, so you have to listen and find out the conversation right here. And once you finish, you have to listen to Mick and Step once again after the tennis match. Who's the winner? So you need to listen and find out the winner of the game. All right. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I think that's it for today's lesson, and tomorrow I will move on to this grammar point. All right. And if you have any question about the activity so far, especially the program right here, or maybe the answer that I give right here, and if you are not really sure about adverbs of frequency, you still can leave me question in our Telegram group chat. All right. Okay, that's it for today, everyone. Thank you so much. Goodbye.